Have you ever felt someone's presence without them being there? A sudden wave of emotion, a warmth in your chest, a thought that appears out of nowhere. And it's them. You don't know why, you don't even know how. But for a moment, it feels like they're right beside you, like something invisible connects you, beyond distance, beyond reason. Maybe you were sitting in silence, and their name brushed against your mind. Maybe a random song came on, and it felt like the universe whispered their memory into your ears, and before you could make sense of it, your phone lit up with their message. Coincidence? Maybe. But what if it's something deeper, something telepathic, something real? What if our thoughts are not just private noise, but energy, vibrations that travel farther than we imagine? Because love isn't just felt through touch, it's sensed through silence. And sometimes the connection doesn't end when words do. 1. The sudden thought that feels alive. It happens out of nowhere. You're busy, distracted, living your life, and suddenly a person floods your mind. Not a passing thought, a pull. You see their face, hear their voice, feel a flicker of their energy. Moments later, they text, or you run into them. It feels like intuition, but it's more. It's emotional resonance, your subconscious picking up on the invisible signal of someone thinking of you. Psychologists call it empathic attunement. When two minds have shared deep emotional moments, their neural patterns sync, forming echoes that linger even when they're apart. So when you feel that tug in your chest, maybe it's not just memory, maybe it's them reaching you without meaning to, because thoughts have energy, and energy always seeks its match. 2. The sudden mood shift. You'll find 1 minute heavy the next, a sadness that doesn't belong to you, or a sudden calm when you should be anxious. Sometimes emotions you can't explain aren't yours at all. They're borrowed, felt through the invisible thread connecting you to someone who's thinking of you deeply. When people share a strong bond, their nervous systems become tuned like instruments. When one vibrates, the other responds. It's the science behind what we call telepathic empathy. You can sense when someone loves you. You can also sense when they miss you, even before they admit it. That sudden heaviness? Maybe their heart remembered you first. 3. The dream that feels real. Dreams are where the subconscious speaks most clearly. You see them, smiling, crying, reaching. You wake up with the feeling still clinging to your skin. It wasn't random. Dream telepathy, though often dismissed, appears in studies where emotional bonds cross into shared dream imagery. Because when the conscious mind sleeps, the emotional bond stays awake. If you dream of them vividly and it feels real, they might be thinking of you, their energy slipping into your dream space like a quiet visitor. In love, minds meet long before bodies do. 4. The synchronicities. You keep noticing signs, repeating numbers, their initials, songs you both loved. Everywhere you go, something reminds you of them. Synchronicities are not coincidences. They're reflections of attention and energy. When someone's thoughts are tied to yours, you start noticing patterns that mirror their emotional presence. Psychologists explain this as selective perception. But in spiritual psychology, it's also resonance. You're vibrating at a shared frequency, so the universe shows you reminders of that bond. When you see those signs, pause. They're gentle nudges, a whisper from the unseen connection that still exists between you. 5. The physical sensations. You feel warmth in your chest, a flutter in your stomach, a sudden shiver, like a soft electric touch without contact. Sometimes your body knows before your mind does, because emotional energy often expresses through physical sensations. When someone is thinking of you with intensity, love, longing, or even regret, your body can translate that into subtle feelings. It's the language of the heart spoken through the skin. That random heartbeat quickening, that tiny ache that comes with no reason. It could be your intuition picking up the signal, because souls communicate in ways words never could. 6. The random contact you think of them, and suddenly they reach out. It could be a text, a call, a like on an old photo. You smile because it feels like proof. It's as if they heard your thoughts, and maybe in some way they did. In psychology, this is linked to cognitive resonance, when two minds that were once emotionally close still mirror each other's patterns subconsciously. In spiritual terms, it's alignment, thoughts traveling through the emotional field that once connected you. So when that message arrives right after you thought of them, don't brush it off. It might just be the universe saying, yes, you're still connected. 7. The pull during silence. You haven't spoken in weeks, maybe months, but out of nowhere their energy feels loud again. You sense them in the quiet, like an echo that refuses to fade. That's not imagination, it's attachment energy resurfacing. The mind stores emotional imprints. When one person revisits that emotional memory, through thought or longing, it activates the same neural network in both. So if you suddenly feel their presence after silence, it could mean they've been thinking of you, pulling that connection back into awareness. Sometimes the loudest communication is the one that happens in silence. 8. The inner voice that feels like theirs. You hear it, not audibly but internally. A thought that sounds like their tone, their rhythm, advice, words, comfort, like they're speaking through your intuition. This isn't madness, it's memory, empathy, and telepathic imprint combined. When you share deep emotional intimacy, your mind learns their emotional language. Their voice becomes part of your internal dialogue. So when they think of you, the emotional energy can awaken that inner voice again. It's like your soul recognizing their frequency. When you hear that soft echo, don't ignore it. It might be their thought brushing against yours. 9. The unexplainable coincidences. You think of buying a book. They post a quote from the same one. You plan to visit a place, they're already there. The same timing, same thought, same feeling. Coincidence loses meaning when it happens too often. That's emotional synchronicity. When someone is thinking of you deeply, their thoughts ripple into your field, or inspiring similar actions, choices, even timing. It's the phenomenon of shared intuition, because when hearts align, even destiny seems to play along. 10. The calm that follows the thought. After the signs, the emotions, the energy, there's peace. A soft warmth, like being held from afar. A quiet knowing that doesn't need confirmation. That calm is the final telepathic sign, emotional acknowledgement without words. It's when two minds silently agree, I feel you, you feel me. Psychologically, it's closure or connection. Spiritually, it's unity. It's the invisible exhale that follows the storm of longing. And in that stillness, you realize something powerful. You don't need to see them to know they're thinking of you. You just know. Because love is energy. And energy never disappears, it only transforms. When we connect deeply with someone, pieces of us stay with them, and pieces of them stay within us. That's why you still feel their presence, even when they're miles away. That's why your body reacts to their silence. That's why your dreams remember what your mind tries to forget. Telepathy isn't just a mystical idea, it's emotion, unspoken, yet alive. It's the way souls whisper when words can't cross the distance. So next time you feel that sudden thought, that warmth, that pull, don't doubt it. Acknowledge it. Someone, somewhere, might be thinking of you in that exact moment. Maybe they miss you. Maybe they love you. Maybe they're just remembering the version of themselves they found when they were with you. Whatever it is, energy travels. And if love once lived between you, it still echoes quietly through the space between hearts. Because the truth is, connection doesn't end when contact does. It lingers in thoughts, in dreams, in the invisible ways two souls keep calling each other home. So when your heart skips without reason, when your mood changes with no warning, when your mind drifts toward a name you haven't said aloud in months. Trust that there's meaning behind it. The universe doesn't waste feelings. Every emotion, every thought is a signal, a sign that you are part of something beautifully unseen. And perhaps tonight, as you think of them, they're thinking of you too, smiling softly, unaware of why, feeling the same gentle pull, the same invisible thread. Because love, real love, never truly ends. It only changes form, from presence to memory to energy to thought. And in that thought, you still meet, across time, distance, and silence. So, if this touched you, share it. Someone might need these words tonight. And if you believe in the unseen side of love, subscribe, because there are truths we can only feel, not explain. And maybe, just maybe, that's the most real kind of truth there is.